Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 7 in the Magic the Gathering Core Set 2014 Fat Pack Bingo. Check out my preview video for the explanation on how the Core Set 2014 Fat Pack Bingo will work. I've added the link to the preview video in the description below. Alright, so we're down to the last 3 packs in the Fat Pack. Here's the bingo card. Unfortunately, nothing marked off yet in bingo. We've gotten one Shadowborn Apostle, so hopefully if we can get a second Shadowborn Apostle, we can mark off a bingo square and also mark off the free bingo square. So thus far it's been a very lackluster Fat Pack. We're down to, like I said, the last 3 packs, so 7, 8, and 9. Hopefully, let's get something today so we can mark off a Fat Pack bingo square. As usual, you know, as I go through the Fat Pack, through the pack, I'm going to just make my typical comments. I'm a casual, and let me stress the word casual Magic player. So, you know, my commentary is going to be focused from a more casual Magic player viewpoint, not necessarily like a hardcore grinder or a gamer, but, you know, I play with a play group with 3 other guys, so there's 4 of us. And you know, we don't spend a ton of money on cards. It's very budget, and so we get good cards out of packs and we build around those. So that's kind of a unique spin on you know, my comments to the cards that I get out of these booster packs. All right, let's get something good and finally mark off a bingo square. I mean, time's running out. Probably if everything goes the way it should, I mean, I can get one here, get the free space, and Young Pyromancer, which is an uncommon, and I'll get bingo. So, I mean, I'm almost to the point of that's where I've got to go to get this bingo. All right, first card out of the pack is Capuchin Knight, 2 mana, 1 and a white. It's a human knight that's a 1/1. It has first strike, and then you can pay 1 and a white, and it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So, kind of a white version of Fire Breathing, or not quite fire breathing, but maybe like smoke breath. I play a white weenie deck, but this is a card that wouldn't necessarily make it in it, mainly because for 2 mana 1/1 it doesn't do much. It can become a 2/1 or a 3/1 or a 4/1, but the problem is that it's going to lose a lot on the backside because its toughness isn't bumped. So not a card that I would put in any of my builds. Corpse Holler. Wow, so in our last pack, we talked about having a whole run of 2 mana converted mana card costs. So here we go with Corpse Holler, 2 mana, 1 and a black, human rogue. It's a 2/1. You can pay 2 and a black, sacrifice Corpse Holler, return another target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So we'd opened this in one of the previous packs, and I couldn't remember the name of the creature I was thinking of. I kept saying Gravecaller. What I meant was Gravedigger. So this has a Gravedigger type effect, except for Gravedigger, my 2/2 gets to stay on the battlefield, and I'm going to return a creature from my graveyard to my hand. This one, I lose my creature, and I return a target creature card to my hand. So I like the Gravedigger effect, but I like it where I get the creature to stay, and I get to grab another card from my graveyard. All right, next card, Siege Mastodon, 5 mana, 4 and a white, elephant, 3/5 vanilla. No, I mean, even in my most block you on the ground, hit you in the air, blue-white flyers deck or a defensive build, I am not including a Siege Mastodon. It really needs to have an enter the battlefield effect or some other like effect. Lava Axe, 5 mana, 4 and a red, sorcery. Lava Axe deals 5 damage to target player. Lava Axe is not a card that I really play in too many decks, but I will say this. In either draft or sealed, I've beat my opponent with a Lava Axe out of nowhere. You know, got him down to 5 life, and then here you go, here's a Lava Axe to your face. So although it's not a card that I typically build around, if it shows up in a draft or a sealed format, yeah, I'll include 1 copy from Running Red just as a surprise. Seacoast Drake. We're back to our 2 mana cards. 1 and a blue, you get a Drake that's a 1/3 flyer. Yeah, this doesn't even do it. Even though I love blue-white flyers, and I love blue flyers, 2 mana, 1/3 flyer, not going to do it. Now, there have been similar cards in white that have gotten Vigilance, but a 1/3 that just flies, I'm not going to include that in too many decks. Goblin Shortcutter. See, here we go. 4 out of the 5 cards in the pack, converted mana cost of 2. So 1 in a red, Goblin Scout. It's a 2/1. When Goblin Shortcutter enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. I do like this effect. This is a card that I do like. It reminds me of Goblin Hill Cutter. Some of the other similar types of effects red gets now. I really enjoy cards like this that will come down, shut down a blocker, or make my creature unblockable. It's a great effect, and I like it in red. Although this is kind of a meh common. If I'm playing it in sealed, I'll definitely play this because maybe I can keep their big fatty from blocking, and I'm going to get in some extra damage. All right, next common, Divine Favor. How is it that we keep getting 2 converted mana cost cards in these packs? So 1 in a white, Enchantment Ore. Enchant creature, when Divine Favor enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3. Now this is an enchantment that I don't mind. I don't run it currently in my decks, but early on when I started playing, I would run this card quite frequently. In fact, I had a kind of a blue-white angel deck with some defender cards, and Divine Favor was something that I would enchant on some of my attacking angels because I had a secondary life gain effect on it. I do like Divine Favor in draft and sealed. I like it a ton. Like I said, I'm not running any current decks, but it is a card that I have played in the past and I have enjoyed. Liturgy of Blood. So 5 mana, 3 and 2 black. It's a sorcery. Destroy target creature, add 3 black to your mana pool. Now, this is a card that mainly is going to see play like in a draft format, maybe in sealed. I actually like this card a lot better than some of the current ones being printed. It's pretty common to get a 5 mana sorcery destroy target creature at common in most of the current sets. And sometimes they'll add in a little kicker, like I think in Kaladesh there's one where it'd give you some energy. In War of the Spark and some of the current standard sets, you can cast it for at instant speed instead of sorcery. I like this because it adds 3 more mana to your mana pool. So I'm going to kill one of your creatures, and even if I've tapped out all 5 of my mana, I'm going to have 3 extra mana, maybe to play a follow-up creature, play a follow-up spell. I actually like this quite a bit. I think, although it's not something I'd kind of build around, it's a card that I do like because it gives you extra mana to do some stuff. All right, next uncommon, Mind Rot. 3 mana, 2 and a black sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards. I love Mind Rot. In every single sealed event or draft that I've done with my play group, if there's a Mind Rot, I'm playing it, especially if I'm in black. I run a couple of decks right now that play Mind Rots or variations of Mind Rots. I like it. Just as much as I like drawing cards, I like making my opponent discard cards. So Mind Rot is one of my favorite cards to play in black. Okay, first uncommon, Vampire Warlord. 5 mana, 4 and a black. You get a Vampire Warrior. It's a 4/2. Sacrifice another creature, regenerate Vampire Warlord. This is kind of a nifty effect, I think, on uncommon. I don't know that I've ever played this card, but I do run a few sacrifice decks to where if I'm attacking with Vampire Warlord, he's going to stick around because I'm probably going to sacrifice another creature, regenerate him. He's got high enough power that he's going to take out pretty much any creature on the opposite side. The drawback, I think, with him is 5 mana for a 4/2. Ugh. So there's a good reason why I'm not playing Vampire Warlord. In my sacrifice builds, I've got other creatures, maybe like a Demon Lord of Ashmouth effect where it's a flyer. I'm going to sacrifice a creature, so Demon Lord of Ashmouth already has evasion, and I can hit you with some damage. With this Vampire Warlord being on the ground, it's hard to get damage through, even though I'm regenerating it each turn. Pretty soon I'll eventually run out of, fodder to sacrifice to keep him around. All right, Staff of the Flame Magus. For 3 generic mana, it's an artifact. Whenever you cast a red spell or a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So it's a cycle of these cards. Each color has one where whenever you cast a spell of that color or a land that taps for that color, you're going to gain life. In red, I'm not playing this. The reason being is that I'm trying to be very aggro and get you dead. And so this is just a delay tactic. Now in blue or white or black or even green, where I'm not going to be as aggressive, it's a card that I don't mind, yet I've got a few of these and I'm not playing them in any current deck. There was a while where I was playing the white one in a life gain deck with some Ajani Pridemates, but I found that there are other enchantments or artifacts that help me out in gaining life to buff up my Ajani Pridemates than this particular. Our final uncommon is Brave the Element. For a single white mana, instant, choose a color. White creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color until end of turn. So I like this card quite a bit. I have played it in a mono-white build, mono-white weenie build, to where all my creatures are white, and so when I cast this, all of my creatures get protection from the chosen color. There is one other card that I like playing a little bit better than that, and that's Faith's Shield out of Dark Ascension. Because once I hit Fateful Hour, which is possible, not only does the creature I target, but all of my creatures myself gain protection from the color of that choice. So Brave the Elements is a card that I do enjoy, and I have played in the past. Okay, all right, so here we are to the Mythic Rare. Let's get something that's valuable and we can mark off a square. So we've got Nightmare. Nope. Once again, we are falling very short of a bingo square, though Nightmare itself is an iconic card, going all the way back to early Magic. So for 6 mana, 5 and a black, you get a Nightmare horse that's power and toughness are equal to the number of swamps you control, and it has flying. So, you know, worst case scenario, if you're running like a dual color deck, you know, this might be a 4/4 flyer. That's still going to do some damage. If you're running a mono black deck, it's going to be a 6/6 flyer. So Nightmare is a card that I have never played with. I don't think I've ever owned a copy of Nightmare. And there are a couple of mono black decks that I do run that I might be curious to throw it in there and see what it does. I think we have a foil in the pack, so maybe we're going to get a foil rare or mythic, and that would be cool because we can mark off that square there. So we've got, nope, Common Altar's Reap. So 2 mana, 1 and a black instant as an additional cost to cast Altar's Reap, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. So in one of my previous videos on a pack in this fat pack, Altar's Reap was the card that I did spotlight. I like it quite a bit in black decks. I think it's really cool. Sacrifice a puny little creature, sacrifice a creature that's going to die in combat, and get 2 cards out of it. I think it's a great card. So then we've got a forest, and then not even a token, but a dumb ad card. So, best card of the pack, in my opinion, is going to be Mind Drop. You know, you could probably argue Nightmare, but I haven't really played with it a ton to get the experience of it. Mind Drop is my favorite card, or I think the best card of this pack. On turn 3, or even later in the game, having my opponent lose their last 2 cards in their hand or go down 2 cards in their hand sometimes can be backbreaking. So I find that Mind Drop is an excellent card. It's a great card to play. Alright, hope you enjoyed my video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comments section what you thought was your favorite card or what was the best card out of the pack. Until next time when I crack pack number 8 in the Magic the Gathering Core Set 2014 Fat Pack Bingo.